The Stormy Friendship. In the quaint town of Petville, where cobblestone streets and cozy cottages dotted the landscape, lived two remarkable animals, Bolt, a swift and energetic dog, and Whiskers, a cunning and elusive cat. The townsfolk often saw Bolt darting through the town square, his fur a blur of motion, while Whiskers was a shadow slipping through alleys and over rooftops. They were the best at what they did, and this made them rivals, constantly trying to outdo each other in agility and cleverness. Their rivalry was the talk of Petville. Bolt would chase after the mail carrier, barking and wagging his tail, only for Whiskers to trip him up with a strategically placed paw. Whiskers would sneak into the bakery, smelling the delicious breads, only to be scared off by Bolt's sudden appearance. They seemed destined to be eternal adversaries, each determined to prove their superiority. One fateful day, the weather took a drastic turn. Dark clouds rolled in, and the sky growled with thunder. A massive storm hit Petville, sending torrents of rain and fierce winds through the town. Bolt and Whiskers, both caught outside, sought shelter in a narrow alley between two old buildings. As they huddled in the alley, a deafening crack echoed through the air. A large tree, uprooted by the storm, came crashing down, trapping them in the narrow space. At first, Bolt and Whiskers blamed each other for their predicament. Bolt barked and growled, accusing Whiskers of leading them into a trap, while Whiskers hissed and spat, blaming Bolt's loud barking for drawing attention to them. The storm raged on, and their bickering seemed to make the alley even more cramped. As the hours passed, their anger subsided, replaced by a growing realization that they were stuck and needed each other to escape. Bolt, with his strength and determination, and Whiskers, with his agility and cleverness, had to cooperate if they were to get out of this mess. Bolt used his powerful legs to lift the heavy branches, while Whiskers deftly navigated through the gaps, guiding Bolt on where to push and pull. They worked tirelessly, their muscles straining and their fur drenched. Just when they thought they were making progress, a new obstacle emerged, a large, twisted branch blocking their final exit. Bolt pushed with all his might, but the branch wouldn't budge. Whiskers tried to squeeze through, but the space was too tight. As they struggled to find a way out, they heard faint cries for help. Following the sound, they discovered a small, shivering kitten named Paws, trapped under another pile of debris. The kitten was scared and injured, unable to move. Without hesitation, Bolt and Whiskers sprang into action, putting aside their differences to rescue the helpless kitten. Bolt used his strength to lift the debris, while Whiskers comforted Paws, assuring him that they would get him out safely. Together, they freed the kitten and carried him back to the alley. With renewed purpose, they worked even harder to clear the path, knowing they had to save themselves and Paws. As they continued their efforts, they stumbled upon a hidden passageway beneath the rubble, a secret tunnel that led to an underground network of old, forgotten pathways beneath Petville. With no other option, they decided to explore the tunnel, hoping it would lead them to freedom. The tunnel was dark and eerie, with strange sounds echoing through the passages. But Bolt and Whiskers, now united in their goal, pressed on. They encountered various challenges, slippery slopes, narrow passages, and even a colony of bats that sent them scurrying for cover. Each obstacle required them to use their unique skills and newfound teamwork. As they ventured deeper, they came across an ancient mural on the tunnel wall. It depicted the story of a great flood that once threatened Petville and how the animals of the town, despite their differences, had come together to save their home. The mural's message was clear: unity and cooperation could overcome any adversity. Inspired by the mural, Bolt and Whiskers pressed on with renewed determination. They finally emerged from the tunnel, muddy and exhausted, but free at last. They stood on a hill overlooking Petville, the storm now a distant memory. They turned to each other, sharing a nod of respect and understanding. From that day on, Bolt and Whiskers were inseparable. Their rivalry had transformed into a deep friendship, forged in the crucible of adversity. They became a symbol of unity in Petville, showing that even the most unlikely of allies could achieve great things when they worked together. The moral of their story spread through Petville, inspiring its inhabitants to embrace their differences and work together for the common good. Bolt and Whiskers taught everyone that teamwork and understanding could overcome any rivalry, and that by helping each other, they could weather any storm.